Hi everyone, welcome you all. In this video, I will continue series of Selenium FAQs part 7. Let's get started. And question number 151. What are the open source frameworks supported by Selenium WebDriver? So there are n number of frameworks are available in the market, and Selenium WebDriver will support JUnit, TestNG, Cucumber and JBehave. So these are all predefined frameworks or open source frameworks which are supported by Selenium. Next question. What is the super interface of WebDriver? So WebDriver itself is an interface and which is derived from a different interface called a search context. Search context is a super interface from which WebDriver interface is extended. Next question. What are the types of waits available in Selenium WebDriver? So the waits statements are useful for solving the synchronization problem. So especially we have a number of waits we have, and implicit wait, explicit wait, fluent waits. And along with these three types of waits, we have a page load time, and we can wait for the page, and thread.sleep. So thread.sleep is a static wait. We can specify some milliseconds, and we can just pass our code for some time by using thread.sleep. But most of the times we don't use thread.sleep in your automation, and we'll prefer either go for implicit wait or explicit wait or fluent wait. Next question. How to clear the text box or text in the text box using Selenium WebDriver? So for example, I have a text box which is already have some text value. Let's say this is my text box which contains some text here. I want to capture this text value. So to do this, first we need to identify this element. So by .xpath or some other locator. As soon as we identified element, I have passed some value here. Then we want to clear this one. So how to clear the text? If you want to extract the text, we have to use a getText method, right? So if you want to clear this value, then we have to use a clear method. So getText and clear. And passing the value, we use sendKeys method. And we have to extract that value, we use a getText method. And if you want to clear the text box, we use a clear method. Next question. How to get a text from web element? So just like a getText method just we discussed. Next, how to get an attribute value using Selenium WebDriver. So every element is having certain number of attributes. In HTML, we can see those attributes. And to extract those attributes, we can use a method called getAttribute_of. What is the value of the attribute? Suppose when I say text attribute is available, so we can just say getAttribute_of text. Next question. List out some scenarios which we cannot automate using Selenium WebDriver. So there are n number of scenarios we have where we cannot automate those scenarios using WebDriver, and especially a bitmap comparison. If you want to compare images, by default Selenium doesn't provide any APIs or any classes, but we can use A-short API, that is again third-party API by which we can achieve it. But by default bitmap comparison is not at all possible. And automating CAPTCHA is not possible using WebDriver, Selenium WebDriver. But this can be this can be doing by using Zing API. We can automate the CAPTCHA, and CAPTCHA we cannot automate, but barcodes and QR codes we can automate by using Xing. But CAPTCHA is not supported by Selenium WebDriver. But what as per the WebDriver they are suggesting, suppose if you have any CAPTCHAs in your page, so at the test environment, you can just disable those CAPTCHAs and test the rest of the functionality. When your application is going to production, then you can enable the CAPTCHAs and you can continue with that. And by default, CAPTCHA is not supported by Selenium WebDriver. Then we cannot read the barcode using Selenium WebDriver. So we cannot read the barcode. By default, Selenium WebDriver doesn't support, but we can achieve this by using Zing API. And again, Windows OS based pop-ups also not supported, but we can still automate these kind of pop-ups by using robot class from Java, or we can use SQL. And third-party calendars or elements also not at all possible. Again, we can handle them by using SQL or AutoIT or Robot API. And images again comes under the bitmap. And words or PDF. For Word or PDF documents also we cannot automate by using Selenium API. But we have some third-party APIs are available by which we can achieve this. So these are the few scenarios where Selenium WebDriver doesn't support. Next question. How can you use the recovery scenario in Selenium WebDriver? So basically a recovery scenario means whenever you run your automation script, suppose if it turned into some abnormal condition, again we can turn back into the normal condition. So that's basically called as recovery scenario. So the recovery scenario we can achieve by using try catch block, and this is again exception handling. Next one, so database testing in Selenium. So by default, Selenium is not a database testing tool. Okay, we cannot test the database by using Selenium, but by using JDBC from Java, we can get the data from the tables and we can execute some queries against the database. We can read the data and we can insert the data in the tables, or we can validate the data somehow. But 100% database testing is not at all possible by using Selenium. So Selenium is basically for functional testing, but not for database testing. Next question, how to schedule the test suite execution? So as soon as you have test suites are ready to execute, you can schedule them on particular time. If you want to execute without user intervention, you can also schedule that. And there are many ways we have. So by using either Jenkins or Bamboo, the continuous integration tools are available. By using those tools, you can schedule. Or alternative way is within the Windows, we have Windows Scheduler is available. So by using Windows Scheduler also, we can launch our test execution. Next question, how to send an email stating the execution status to all stakeholders in Selenium? So normally this is a common scenario will happen in the real-time environment. As soon as we have executed our test cases and test suite, you have to send an email with all your reports and statuses. And sending automated email is possible by using javax.mail library, which is available. Next question, what is desired capabilities? And desired capabilities are basically used to set the values of browser attributes before launching any browser using Selenium WebDriver. Next question, version control tools like SV and Git. So normally version control system, what is version control system is we can maintain multiple versions of your project. So as soon as you have completed your automation project, so tomorrow you may add something new, or tomorrow you may modify something existing one. So these different versions you have to maintain in the common place, that is called as a repository, also common repository management. And to do this, we have to maintain the versions. That's called version control management system. So we have some tools called SVN and Git. So by using these tools, we can maintain the versions. And build tools, so we have a build tools called Ant and Maven. So we can use these tools with Selenium, and especially these tools are very useful in automation. And these tools are used for managing build activities for Java projects as well as our Selenium automation projects. Next question, CI tools. So we have continuous integration tools like Jenkin and Bamboo, and these are basically continuous integration tools helping in quick deployment of application, testing them and reporting the issues in code before it is too late. It helps in generating the application into production. It helps in getting the application into production quickly and with more quality confidence. So that's all for this video, guys. So I'll stop here. We'll continue the rest of the questions in next video. So thank you.